No, hold on.
We still got an hour of
Considering we
content.
weren't even supposed to be talking.
Yeah.
The
On to
podcast
part
was-
2. This is part 2 of episode 2 of the idiots+1 podcast. Name change, hopefully soon.
If you don't know what we're talking about, watch fucking part 1.
You don't know what we're talking about in part 1? Fuck you.
Alright.
We don't even know what we were talking about in part 1.
Sorry for the out of context Call of Duty talk in part 1. And you onward with
Anyway,
Infamous.
We were talking about our favorite story game, and it was my turn to go on a tangent, just like y'all two did. So I've been quiet for a lot.
Alright,
That's
onward with you,
fair,
Joe. You were
yeah.
talking
So
about
what?
Infamous at the end of part
Yeah, we were
1.
moving from Sly Cooper to Infamous, but God only knows what Sucker Punch has been doing. To my knowledge, at the time of this fucking whatever, they have done nothing but Second Son. And didn't they do let me look it up real quick. Sucker Punch. No, they haven't done anything. Oh no, that's the movie. Never mind. Sucker Punch film. I probably gotta look up Sucker Punch Studio.
Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, that's probably what they've been working on this generation. Okay, I will kind of give it to them that I guarantee you they've been working on that. Well, Infamous Second Son came out in 2014,
Launch
so I'm betting you they've been working on it since that. I'll give them that.
Wait, Second Son came out.
It was a launch game. Yeah, it was a launch. It was a PC launch.
I don't know why that keeps fucking me up that PS4 came out 6-7 years ago.
I know PS5 is coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
The PS3 generation was pretty long though. I don't think Sony intended it to be as long as it was. Or Xbox even.
You know what's funny is both with the PS3 generation and the PS4, we've gotten those consoles late.
I got mine a year in. You got yours almost 2 years in.
2016. And we got our PS3 2010 or 11?
We got the PS3 in fucking when Arkham City came out.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah, because
Yep.
the first thing you did is you pre-ordered MW3 in Arkham City.
Yep, those are the first two games we got. And those were our only games.
And before that, all we had to play were demos off the PlayStation Store.
When me and Mac got the 3, it was like a bundle, and we had Arkham City, or not Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and Infamous.
Classic
We
games.
had a legitimate Infamous from basically day one. So just on topic with Second Son is it felt like an add-on. It didn't feel like it added on to the story or influenced the story.
It was definitely a side story. That's definitely what it felt like.
And then the
Second Son or Infamous 2?
Second Son.
Second Son.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, what the fuck you talking about? Infamous 2 as an add-on? Bullshit. Second Son. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Because, and then all the abilities, you're like, okay, you can switch what element or
based on your choices.
abilities you had, but it kind of shoehorned you into those abilities, so it didn't feel like you had a whole lot of choice. So it's just a weak story, weak gameplay. Everything about it was, it kind of felt it was a cash grab.
Yeah, I feel like I really shouldn't be giving any strong opinions about it since I never finished it.
Yeah, same here. But I
only finished
I
it.
didn't like it. I couldn't get into it. It just wasn't fun. And I just, like, okay.
I only finished it because I knew it was a short thing, which frankly is another strike against it. It's short.
Also, have you guys noticed that this generation, there's been a shitload of open world games? Like,
Yeah. Witcher.
huge, legit open world games.
Yeah, I've noticed, like, Elder Scrolls, Fallout. Well, not really, because last gen had Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, Oblivion, Skyrim, Dragon Age.
Like, what I mean is, like, most of the games that I've noticed, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, they have been, like, most of the single-player games that I've gone, they have just mostly been open world, or, like, in God of War's case, semi-open world.
A
Or, like,
linear open world, yeah.
Linear open world, yeah. That has been, like, a theme in, like, current-gen single-player. That has just been, like, the theme of it. Nothing like,
Maybe.
like Detroit. That was like, to my knowledge, that's like the only non-open world
That's
single
the
player
very
game.
linear. The only thing that doesn't make it linear are the choices.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
even then, you can't really you can't just like, okay, I'm gonna hop in, fast travel here, and just go get collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's
game
a
was all
lot of
about
games.
story. That's the thing I've noticed about this generation. There's no lot. I probably should whisper.
Well, I'll say I don't know about this generation. I don't think the whole of PS4 or Xbox One have had all that open world. But I think recently, as in the past couple of years or so, it's been more. They've been listening more towards the fans, and they've been gearing towards open world. So I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
go
wouldn't
ahead.
base it over the past.
Mhm.
You know, the whole generation, but I think we have been moving back into story gameplay.
Yeah, because that's just like because I've noticed like I don't know, just because the games I kind of like open world, but at the same time I don't, because on one hand, oh cool, open world, I get to go explore like Unity, like the Assassin's Creed games. I've been playing those. I bought the Legendary Edition on the spring sale because quarantine I had a shitload of time, and on one hand I really like open world because it's a huge time waster. You can go explore the world, or you know, I'm kind of iffy on collectibles because on one hand it's tedious, and on the other hand, okay, you gotta go explore and search for them. But also, it's just, God, I gotta get those collectibles.
Collectibles
Shit,
in Doom
man.
Eternal, for me, didn't really feel like that.
They have been for me lately. Like, well, except for Spider-Man and God of War, they didn't really feel like that. It was just, I almost forgot about Spider-Man. Shit, that had a lot of fun gameplay. But no, like those two, it didn't feel like a chore. Oh shit, there he goes. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Uh-oh, I'm still here.
Sorry. We at the idiots+1 podcast, potential name change coming soon, are having some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Because we don't know what we're doing. We're just dumbass.
We don't plan
Guys.
any of this. Please hold with us.
Yeah, guys, I would join you, but I don't know. I can't see any of you. The one
Oh,
Destiny
fuck.
Glitch.
Oh, here, let me send you an invite. Well, Joey should be able to send you an invite.
Okay. I kind of started shooting the ads.
Alright, but anywho, what were we talking about?
Ass.
We were, fuck, I don't know what we were talking about. Shit.
Alright then, let's start with something new.
We were talking about, I was talking about, open world games.
Oh, yeah.
How I've noticed that a lot of the time, I don't know if it was just me, but I noticed that a lot of, this current gen has been open world. God, these guys going down like fucking easy. Probably because I'm like 600 light levels above them. But I've noticed like a lot of this time, this generation.
Alright, let's gather back around.
Well,
And
did you
I'll
send
invite
me a
them.
thing? Because I didn't see a thing.
Yeah, because like games can do it to not make open world feel like a fucking chore. Like you gotta. Oh fuck! No. Not join. Invite. Where's that bit? A lot of games. There are games that can do open world right. Like Spider-Man.
Witcher.
Witcher. Yeah. It was kind of there, but it was still a fun game. Some of it still felt like a chore, but Spider-Man, I got lost in doing the fucking open world collectible pickup. You can't tell me you didn't either.
It was very easy to just play that game and 100% it. Like, you could just do that. It
just
didn't
play the
feel
game and there you go. You
the
got all
only
this
thing
shit.
in that game that felt like a chore would have been the screwball missions, and those are DLC.
Oh, fuck the screwball missions, man. I hated that shit. Or the Mary Jane missions.
I feel like if there was maybe less of it, not remove them entirely, but just a little less.
Just not make it so fucking. Did you get the invite, Matt or Andy?
Yeah, I got it, but I'm unable to join.
What?
Probably the same error that makes it so that I can't see you guys.
In here.
I just realized whatever audience we've got doesn't.
Alright, we'll just move to another location then.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, the open world games
Go to the farm.
Oh yeah, the farm can do open world, make it fun. Skyrim, for instance, that is never ending. Let me tell you, it is never ending.
It's never ending on an asterisk. After you do all the main quests, like the actual named quests, the quests are just go fetch me this, go kill this person.
I could not do Skyrim. I just could not. It was too much for me.
I think it's because you played Witcher first.
Probably.
Because going from such a polished game like Witcher to such a clunky Bethesda game, Skyrim, it's just I played Skyrim first. I put 112 hours into mine, and my build was just heavy armor, one-handed because I would do wield swords and healing. That was my set throughout the entire game. I somehow made, and the quests in Skyrim, they just felt, because you could do them literally on any build, because the game had too much it was too. So what someone said is, Morrowind is hardcore, Oblivion is semi-casual but not really, kind of in the middle, and Skyrim is the casual open world.
It doesn't feel like it.
Because no matter what you do, if you want to do the Thieves Guild quest, you can't fail quests in there, in terms of main quests. Like, you can't fail the Thieves Guild, you can't fail the main one. You can only fail the ones that are in your miscellaneous tab. Like, at least as far as I know. Where's the campfire?
Why are there so many people here?
It's surprising. It is surprising.
Where's the campfire?
Over here.
Sorry for the unprofessionalism. I don't have my HUD on.
All of us have. This whole podcast is the definition.
I haven't been here in forever.
I haven't been here since we took the sexy sit photo with you, me, and Matt, which is still my background.
Oh, I don't have it.
Where is it?
It's over by me, if you can see my...
Just start jumping.
Oh, hold on, I'm in the thing trying to get the sexy set.
You can see me.
There we go.
What's it called? Oh, never mind, I found it.
Casual set. It's at the opposite end is the soccer field.
Sorry for the unprofessionalism again.
We're amateurs.
Fuck them. If they're listening to this podcast, they should expect unprofessionalism for the second thing.
Just keep talking while I get there.
Basically, behind the spawn where you land.
Oh. Alright, keep talking. I mean, about the podcast.
Well, yeah. What were we talking about? Spider-Man, or did we finish that?
Just open worlds in general.
Oh, open worlds. Skyrim. Skyrim was what we were. Yeah, the Skyrim is ridiculous in the way that you can just do anything. Everybody seems to feel like they're shoehorned into the Archer build. I felt totally opposite. I did heavy armor.
I could not get into Stealth Archer.
I did heavy armor two-handed, and I floated through the Mage Guild, the Thieves Guild, all that kind of crap. and that felt like a Warrior Skyrim, like how you were supposed to play it. The other main quests were just they didn't feel like anything to me. They just felt like side things.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do. I would say Witcher is better at the open world than Skyrim, because you can go nuts with the caves and whatnot in Skyrim, but with Witcher it felt like you were doing something, whether it was to get a diagram or a piece of armor or whatever. In Skyrim, it was kind of like a fetch quest slash try and pick up some Nirnroot in the Dwemer things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was just my whole tangent was moving on from like story to open world to that. And,
Yeah.
the original question was, what was y'all's favorite game story?
Original, like 45 minutes ago. Yeah,
Or
that
however the
was
hell
the
long ago it
original
was.
question.
Like I said, The Last of Us, just as a reminder. Let's just name the title and let's move on to something else. So, The Last of
Mine was
Us,
Sly Cooper.
Oh,
Andy.
I see. You're excluding me from the
But we're
rant.
waiting for you to go because it's your turn now.
Well, yeah, but I don't get to rant about why I want it.
Then
And you know
go.
how much I love complaining
I
and ranting.
know.
Then go.
That's why it's your turn. That's why it's the best for last.
Let's see. Best story is what we're going on.
For you, yeah, for
Yeah.
you.
Let's see. This is probably gonna be another obvious or another cliche, at least if you know us. Knights of the Old Republic is what I would say.
Classic.
Because the
That's
story, it was a great job of emulating the original trilogy, where there was a big twist, but you didn't expect it.
What the twist?
Yeah.
So like when the first time I played that, when
Hold
I
on,
was
spoiler alert. If you haven't played almost a 20-year-old game and you don't know the twist, then go fuck yourself.
yeah, that go
Continue.
fuck yourself at this point. But when you're deep into the story, it's not even like a prologue type of twist. It's like deep into the story. You're the villain,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been setting you up with these dreams and whatnot. And that was very reminiscent, without being much of a copycat of the original trilogy, where there's this big twist of I'm your father, only it was
Am I the baddie?
yeah, am I the baddie? And then even after they did great job, because BioWare back in the day was great with the dark side, light side, what are you gonna do type of conversation things, and you have to actually figure out what people want you to say, and there were definitely guidebooks and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
but there were definitely moments where it's like you have to figure out what they want you to say and how they want you to play.
And now what have BioWare done? Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem.
Oh God.
Anthem.
Yeah.
I mean, how can a game go from like doing something like a company like Old Republic? Okay, great.
They nailed every bit of that to.
I think it's because completely different people in the company.
Well, yeah, obviously that.
But I just Anthem, the fact that they didn't even develop the game for a full year, let alone that a human being's child can grow faster than that game was developed.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Sarah, who was born weeks early, was still developed more than that game. And unlike Anthem, she turned out fine.
That'll be our next question after Andy's done his your most disappointing game that you've ever played. After you're done, Andy. After you're done. Or are you done?
I mean, avoiding a rant, yeah, sure, I'm done. Because I don't know how much time we have left. And I could hammer the point home beyond what is acceptable, why KOTOR is my favorite.
No, you can go. You keep going. Oh,
come on.
We got a visitor.
Come on.
We got a visitor.
Come sit.
Or not.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, bye.
Oh, man. Oh, well.
Alright, so we want to move on to Joy's question, or do you want to keep going, Andy?
You know what? Yeah, I think I've said my piece. Is that the story was great. Whatever the word is, it's not subliminal. Fucking what's the term for subverting your expectation? The game was great at subverting your expectation that you were the hero. But you weren't. But even after it was revealed, they did a great job with having you deal with that reality.
Trying to get a good angle here.
We're way too far spread apart for a good angle.
Hey, if you move here in this corner, you can get a good angle.
And we got the blueberry who's kind of involved, but not really. I don't know.
There we go.
See?
Yeah, that's good. Alright, so let's go with Joey since he's talked the least, I think. Most disappointing game.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay, for me, God. This is a hard question. I didn't really think this through. I just kind of...
Most disappointing game that you've purchased.
Oh, because that's something different entirely, because I've had a couple from the PSN that I hated.
Well, I mean, like, in terms of, like...
spend actual money on, that's something different.
Yeah.
Or should we just do most disappointing game you've played in general?
I mean, we could, that'll be better.
Something that you've played, not just that you've seen. Like, none of us can say
Anthem. So disappointing that you stopped playing it entirely.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I've got to look. I don't know if I have anything this generation.
I can't really think of anything.
Alright, I'll say it. For me,
Okay.
Division 2.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
To all you hardcore Division 2 players, the 0% of you watching, I couldn't get into it.
Even
Seriously.
even the Division community is like, they're getting pretty salty.
I paid $3 for it, and I still feel like I paid too much.
Yeah.
I feel like they should be paying me to play it. It just felt so clunky. Like, the fact that you can't even crouch normally. Just, why? You're a third-person action shooter. Why can't you crouch normally?
Who the fuck knows? Yeah, I can see that being so. I can see that being a waste of money. I still haven't thought of anything. I still can't think.
I've looked in my library. There's definitely things that I've downloaded from the PSN that, like, the free monthly things that I haven't played for one reason or another, or started and then stopped. I can't really think of anything that I've actually spent money on that I've been thoroughly disappointed with.
Cause Division 2 or Battlefront 2, when it first came out, you guys never got it when it came out. You guys got it when it started getting really good, when all the Clone Wars content was at its peak. But at launch, man, I was lied to. But then again, I got it after reviews were on. I just wanted to play it, and it was fine. For me, it was passable. But with them to just even have the gall to do that pay-to-win stuff, and I'm not gonna say what's already been said hundreds of times, and the fact
Billions
that
of times.
and the fact that people, especially r/gaming, can still associate the game with the pay-to-win stuff, even though the pay-to-win stuff technically was only in the game for a few hours, just really boggles my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's Reddit. What are you gonna do?
It's r/gaming. That subreddit is a bunch of circle jerking redacteds.
That's Reddit in general.
That's the internet in general.
Yeah. Ooh, we have another guest. Is he to come sit with us?
But
The
yeah, that's
campfire?
why I
Sing your
said
campfire song?
Division 2 instead of Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I can see that. I still haven't thought of anything. Damn.
Well,
I mean, I do pretty good research into things before I get my games. Like
Well,
if it's an IP that I like, I'll just dive straight in, like Destiny, Batman, all that jazz.
yeah.
Yeah, because when I pre-ordered Doom Eternal, I looked up how long is the campaign in Doom Eternal, and from the game director himself, around 20 hours depending on the difficulty. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And how many news sites reported that? All of them did. And so I was like, okay. And then no microtransactions. Don't plan on having microtransactions. It seems like that this is Bethesda trying to make people forget about Fallout 76 with id, even though Fallout 76 is still trying to get your money with their new DLC and their yearly subscription for a $60 game.
I still can't think of anything that was.
I think we all can agree we didn't buy Fallout 76, and I still feel cheated.
Yeah. Ooh, is he gonna put on a dance show for us?
No, there's been
Oh man. Damn it! I thought we were gonna get a sexy show.
All right.
Yeah.
New question. Let's take some Patreon questions. Let me pull them up.
Oh, nothing? Damn.
Shocker.
We've got from Blank, and his question is blank 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 blank. You know, I think that's the best Patreon question we've ever gotten. My answer would have to be blank. I mean, there's really no other option here.
Deep and profound. I mean, the closest thing I can think of disappointing. Well, no, that was even paid. I got that for free. Was Order 1886. I didn't even pay for that. But shit, I can't think of anything else really.
Oh,
that was kind of disappointing, and I just couldn't play it anymore.
Do you have anything, Andy?
Cause I don't know if you would. I don't know if what you would call cheap or careful with my money. I don't know. But I don't buy anything unless, like Joey said, it's something a continuation of a series I played before, whether it's Destiny or Arkham games or something like that. I haven't bought a game for more than $15 in a long time. It's a long time, and I'm looking through my library right now, and the only things that I feel disappointed in are BioShock. I wasn't a big fan of that, but it's
I forgot about that.
It's mostly because that was it's a remastered, and it's a different generation ported to this one, but still got the old generation controls. So I don't like the way it plays. and typically that's not the atmosphere of the type of game that I go for. But that was free. Bloodborne, I never played. Uh, I would almost say Dark Souls, but it's not so much that I was disappointed with it, and I still got it on sale. But not so much I was disappointed in it, it was just I didn't want to finish it. I didn't feel like figuring out the bosses. The one I finally quit on was, I think, it was the Prince of the Lothran, and I think that was like second to final boss.
Yeah.
And he was relatively simple. Because in Dark Souls, the more human sized, the less monstrous the boss is. Generally, I think the harder it is. And he had two phases. One was like this big monster, and then with his human-sized brother jumps on his back. So it was like this weird difference in hitboxes that I could never figure out this whole game. But I didn't feel disappointed in it. I just felt frustrated trying to figure out, the whole what I need to do when. Both I've got God of War, the most recent, and then God of War 3. Both of them they felt like hack and slash, press square to win games. They didn't necessarily disappoint me as much as the remastered God of War 3 I didn't like because like BioShock, it was a remastered but still has the old controls. So it frustrated me playing with the camera.
It was literally just the PS3 version, but 1080p 60 FPS with slight texture improvements.
Yeah, I hated the camera. That screwed me over so many times, and then trying to glide sometimes it didn't do what I wanted when, and I would end up just dropping because it wouldn't put the wings out.
Yeah.
So I died that way plenty. God of War, it just like the most recent one, the one where they're in Norway,
North.
I was in Norwegia.
Norse mythology.
Yeah, where they're in that universe is alright. It was a good story. It was the gameplay was what I was expecting. I didn't think anything brilliant would happen. I knew it was a hack and slash. And I could go through a couple other games, but none of them I spent money on. None of them. I never took a risk with a game, I think.
Old Republic.
That was not. That for me and Matt wasn't a risk. We saw. That was for me and Matt, that was a continuation to Knights of the Old Republic. And we saw that developing, and it kept getting pushed back.
Yeah, I remember that.
Developing it more.
It was in development hell for years.
Oh yeah. It was pushed back like 2-3 years past when it was initially supposed to be released. But for me and Matt, that wasn't a risk. That was something we saw from like the ground up.
Yeah.
As much as you could from an outside perspective.
I got a game. I just thought of it. It's the only thing I can think of is Force Unleashed 2. That I can think of. It was the most disappointing that I felt regret in buying.
Not in gameplay, story. And
Just-
the length
just
of the
like-
story.
Well, that was more like a DLC, but
Yeah.
I just felt like I paid this for this.
$60.
Wait, no.
For this?
You guys didn't. From what I remember, you guys didn't buy it. We traded
Yeah.
the disc. back when discs
Oh
were
shit, we
a thing,
did.
young
Yeah.
generation.
Okay,
But
then
you
never
bought it
mind.
but you bought it on Steam.
I
Well,
did?
Yeah.
yeah, you got with the pack of Star Wars
Oh,
games.
yeah.
So
Well,
on a
then I can't really
technicality,
include it
then yes.
because it's got a bunch of other things that offset the cons of it. Never mind. I
But on
take
a
that back.
technicality,
Never mind.
you did purchase it, but yes, it was
For
a
like
disappointment.
50 cents between all the games you got
Yes.
on Steam. So,
But like, in terms of, I really liked the gameplay in there. I liked that there was more giving. Like the lightsaber physics, the graphics were, for the time, really good. It's just that they never got. It should have been longer and needed the third.
I actually can't think of anything. I can't think of any games because, I do my research into these games. Like, I don't pre-order unless I know for sure.
yes.
Yeah,
that's
well then, let's switch from disappointing games to disappointing movies. And I think we all can agree on the one thing. And we should all say the same thing in 3,
I
2,
don't watch a
1.
whole lot of movies
The Disney
either.
sequel trilogy.
Oh, we're not counting those. We're not counting those. No, 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 no. No, we're not counting those.
That's not even disappointing. That's infuriating.
Yes, we're not counting those.
Okay, we're not counting robot fan fiction.
Yeah, no, no, no,
Alright.
no.
I'm gonna stay in so I don't get kicked again. You guys might want to do the same.
Oh, yeah.
Alright then, so if we're not counting the robot fan fiction, Indiana Jones 4.
But that's a majority. Yeah. For you, or?
Yeah, for me. I mean, I don't know. Movie.
Yeah,
There's
that
a
was
lot.
pretty-
We've
that
seen
was
a lot
huge
more movies.
Disappointment.
That and Iron Man 2.
No, no, get the fuck out of here. Iron Man 2 was not that bad.
Iron Man 2 could have been better. A
It
whole
could
lot
have been.
better.
But it wasn't that bad.
It was, as a lot of people say, a fun superhero movie.
Yeah, and that's what superhero movies are.
Yes.
When
No,
you
superhero
get a
movies
mad
don't always
lad who-
need to be this deep theological philosophical college thesis debate every
Yeah, but what
movie.
I'm talking about is, because behind the scenes, the movie that Jon Favreau wanted to make was heavily changed by Marvel. Like what they wanted to do is Kevin Feige. I mean, Jon Favreau wanted to make a movie where essentially Ivan Vanko was kind of like the nega Tony Stark, but Marvel Studios wanted to start the MCU up more, and that's why Romanoff was in there, and that's why Fury was in there, just exposition. And so it was kind of 2 movies edited into one
Yeah, I
quote,
can
fun
see that.
superhero movie. Because I didn't find this out, but until recently, but the people who worked on there, like Jackson and Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Downey Jr., that's their least favorite of the times that they've worked on Marvel. Especially
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, because all he did was deliver exposition.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's still a fun superhero movie, but
Yeah.
it could have been better.
Yeah. I can't really think of any movies.
I think movies are too
Well-
vast.
Well, how about recent movies? Recent movies. There
Alright.
we go. That'll narrow it
Movies in
down.
the year
That
2019,
narrows it down
2018
even.
to 2019 period that you've seen.
That massively limits what I have to say.
Okay,
not
then
in
the
a good way.
2010s.
Or just whatever you can think of.
Okay.
So what's the point of? Oh, okay, whatever.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm just trying to keep us all included in these conversations.
I've got one.
Because-
Or do you have something, Andy?
Well, I was just gonna say, same with games. I don't really watch movies unless I really want to see them, and then the ones that I'm like, when I visit my family, we just go to a cheap matinee, so I don't feel too disappointed, even if it is shit.
Okay. All right. So,
So,
the last Pirates movie.
Yes.
wait, the last Pirates movie?
Yeah, the most recent
the
Pirates of the
one with
Caribbean
Men Tell No
movie.
Tales.
Or
Yeah,
in Europe, Salazar's Revenge.
Yeah.
That's a better title. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Wait,
was.
but the one where they go to they pull a Moses and split the sea.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
that one better than the one where they search for the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
I can see that, but not. I just don't like it. That's not Jack Sparrow in
I
that
don't really
movie.
remember it, but
All I remember is that I was disappointed. Even Grandpa fell asleep during it. He fell asleep like after the bank heist scene, and he woke up right as they were about to get on the Crystal Island. And he does not usually do that in movie theaters. The only
no, he
times he's done
doesn't.
that was when we saw Transformers, what was it? One of the Bay movies,
How the
and
fuck
Pirates.
do you fall asleep doing all that shit?
I don't
It's
know.
not that hard. Oh, fucking Cloud Atlas was one of those disappointing movies for me. I went
Atlas?
into it not knowing a single fucking thing about it.
What's that?
Because it was this Tom Hanks movie that was essentially all this reincarnation, different lives affecting each other. We only saw it to burn time to go see Skyfall. They were having this special sale of, okay, you buy one movie ticket, get a super steep discounted price to go see IMAX quality level movie. And we did that. We went to go see. It wasn't that long, I don't think. And then we went to go see Skyfall. But it was just no. It was we were supposed to go see Skyfall, but they were sold out. And we were like, we're already here. Let's just pick a movie. We decided to go see Cloud Atlas, and it was. I fell asleep. I never fall asleep in movie theaters. Ever. Like, we both fell asleep in the theater. It was just so boring, so much exposition, so much blah, 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 blah. It was boring. And then when we got home, I Googled the trailer for it. It was not what the trailer was. It was just, it did like a complete 180 of what the movie was supposed to be. It was supposed to have been like this, okay, this different time of like different people's lives affecting one another. It wasn't even that. It was barely that. It was just what? Are you trying to like read me your college thesis of reincarnation of how it could affect everybody? Like, okay, cool. That was disappointing. And I didn't even go into. I like to stay mystery in going into movies. Like, I'll watch either the teaser trailer or the first trailer before going into a movie, and I'll just go like, okay, cool, I'm gonna see this.
Yeah, that's what I did for Endgame.
Preview. Okay, cool. It was like, what? That to me was one of my most disappointing movies I've seen.
Okay.
So I just thought of one. I didn't pay any. Well, no, I think we actually did technically rent it from Amazon Prime, but recently, maybe over Christmas or spring break, one of the two, we rented a movie with Keanu Reeves. I think it was just called Siberia.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, no, it was pretty shit.
Was
But
like
it was
during his
recent.
acting dark age?
No, it was pretty recent. It was in the past couple of years, like past John Wick type
Really?
stuff.
Post
Yeah,
John Wick or pre?
post.
Oh.
It was in the past couple of years. I think it was called Siberia. I don't remember the plot, which in and of itself is a problem. But basically, this guy ends up he like I don't know if he's supposed to be a businessman, because that's what they kind of present him as, or a hitman. But he like flies to Siberia and he ends up in this small town, and then it's this slow build up from, okay, he's here, he goes to the one restaurant and he saves this, quote unquote, saves this chick from what turns out to be her brothers, and he falls in love with her, and he takes her on his adventures. And part of the reason I didn't like this was because we were watching with our parents. Because there was this one like drawn out scene where this guy was meeting the guy Keanu was playing. He was meeting with this Russian mob boss. And he was like, your friend, tell her to give me a blowjob.
Oh.
It had no context to the story at all. And I'm sitting there with my parents on the couch.
And then you like eyeball to look at them and like see the reaction. What are they gonna say?
Yeah, basically. It was just like,
any lectures coming?
What we do here type of thing, you know? And it's just, it had no context to the story at all. And it's like, and then he eventually has his girlfriend. He's like, look, we're both gonna die if this guy suspects anything. Suck him off. And they kind of show it, like, not porn level thing, but
May as well,
that
almost
happens,
was.
and then there's this emotional scene where she's crying. It's like, I have to suck a dick. Shut the fuck up. So then he goes
why don't
back.
you go suck one?
Because I'm not gay.
Okay, then don't complain.
There's a different level here.
Tell me, if you were about to get shot in the head, and if you could live, but all you had to do was
I'm not a fag. If you said if you were about to get shot in the head, or you could elect the man in the rowboat, then it's a different story.
Are you gonna hateful eight it?
No.
Sam Jackson, this long feet jump.
Yeah, that was. I was disappointed in that movie, but that was just kind of. I didn't need that type of thing. It didn't feel like a western. But anyway, going back to the movie, I think it was called Siberia. But and that's just an example. There were these long, drawn-out scenes where it added nothing to it. Like, afterwards, she's crying, and it's like the no audio, but kind of music, and it showed her, and she's, like, on the bridge, and Keanu's character's like, we were both gonna die, good for you, type of... It just didn't add anything to it. Then we skip to later, and he's in her hometown, and he's got this old bolt-action rifle, and he's going against like 50 of the mob boss's guys. It's like he kills all of them, except suddenly the last one just kills him, then the movie ends. There was no resolution, there was no dramatic end for the character. It was just sudden, and the plot line was murky anyway. It was that I would say I was disappointed in that movie. I don't know how long ago we watched it, but it's there was nothing about it. And Keanu, frankly, I think he's good at the John Wick characters, but he's not really an actor. So I kind of saw him in that movie as, all right, you're playing the one guy you know how to play, and
I know I'm gonna get shit for this, but Keanu Reeves is a good actor, but he's not like the hype that he is as an actor.
No, I definitely agree. So I'll take the shit
Yeah.
with you. Like that whole thing where
Like-
Disney wants to make the Old Republic with him as Revan. I don't know if that's
No.
rumors or true.
That's
Yeah,
rude. That's
just
fans.
Okay, but using that as an example is he would suck at that.
And not only that, but he's too old for that role. Revan is the type of someone who's kind of in their prime and is still pretty young enough. Like I'm gonna say late 20s, early 30s kind of age. Not someone who's like he's like in his 60s. I want to say.
Yeah.
Keanu.
I think we all know who could play Revan.
Who?
James Roday.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you there.
I just don't want anybody to touch that
No,
story.
I don't want.
No, they don't
want
need
those
to
be movies. No.
They don't. Hell, I would rather see that. Well, I don't even want to see them touch it in comic book form. They don't need to touch it at all. Disney does not need to touch that shit because Disney just has this thing, and now we're moving into our we don't like Disney Star Wars portion of the podcast.
Which we can't get into because we just can't. All right,
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother podcast series.
I'm pretty sure we've even touched on it in this one.
Yeah, in episode 1 we said. In episode 1, the idiots plus one do not. We hate the Disney sequels, and we will not talk about them.
They don't need to be doing that. Even if they were to get. I'm saying if they were to resurrect, what's that dude's name?
Revan.
No, I'm talking like direct Stanley Kubrick or The Empire Strikes Back director. If they were, because Disney, I'm sure they've got this somewhere.
Turns out they're the
they should
UAC.
not because Disney is not Disney anymore. They're just a board of directors that are in it for the money. I mean, technically every company's always been in it for the money because money makes the world go around, but to the point where they're shoehorning every sort of diversity checkbox list to get everybody. Oh boy, yay! Let's do this. Okay, cool. We got our female lead, our Asian lead, our black man lead, our Hispanic lead. They're just checking off boxes to meet that cast. They don't give a shit about, all right, let's do a cohesive story. Because if they did, they would have had the script already written and set to go for these trilogies. That's all I'm going to say, because if we keep going, it's going to turn into a whole 4-hour-long podcast.
Yeah.
And we cannot be doing that. We should probably be wrapping up here pretty soon. Because it's fucking 3:15. 03:15. It's late. And I'm not tired, but...
Yeah, no, I've needed to take a piss again for... because I've had a couple gins since the last time I went to the bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom. I've been holding there for at least 45 minutes.
Man, we should probably just start closing up now anyway.
Yeah, if you want to call it, and then maybe we could do something afterwards, or just call it period. That's cool, but...
I think we could call it. We've been going on for what, almost 2.5 hours, 2 hours, I want to say.
Yeah, because you split this podcast too, so I don't know how, if you want to release it in parts or what, but yeah, you've got material.
So I guess we can start wrapping up, closing out. What the hell not?
Do we have an outro for this at all?
I mean, we can just say our names and where you could find us
fuckers.
on social media.
Well, we did that
whatnot.
last time, and you and me have nothing. I might try and start a YouTube channel, but
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
well, my point every time of us just committing suicide and saying you can't find me anywhere, haha.
Alright, I'm
We've
back.
been saying our real names for the whole fucking thing, but it's
We've
not
been
like that
saying our
matters
first
anyway.
name. We've been saying our first names. We haven't said our last names.
Oh, we're
'cause
done?
I don't know.
We're wrapping up. We're trying to go with an outro.
Okay.
Where have you been?
I went to the bathroom. I told you.
Oh, what? You just
What?
bailed
When did
on
you
us
say
in the
that?
middle of the...
I told you like 2 minutes ago. I need to go to the bathroom.
You
I didn't hear
say
shit.
shit.
Yeah, you'll see it on the
I didn't hear
podcast.
shit.
Well, okay then.
You need to make it known or something, because we've been talking for a while about outros and killing ourselves and that type of jazz.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go do one.
What's our outro? Because the last time we just jumped off the end of the tower and we're like, you can find us on social media, except we
for here,
are
then.
not on social media. So if that's our outro every time,
Well, let's do it over here then.
well, I'm saying if
I know.
I'm
Hold
good
on. Oh, thanks a lot. We weren't ready to go, Joy.
Oh,
did.
okay.
Oh, well. This has been the idiots+1, possible name change coming soon. Thank you for
Definite
joining
name
us.
change.
This is part 3. Or was it part 2?
Part 3?
No, part 2
Well,
of the
well,
two-part...
This is
two of the
podcast
second
2.
episode.
And this would be the end of the fucking part 2, two-part whatever.
This
you
is
wanna
part
call it.
2 to episode 2. Please don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe.
Rate? What is this, 2008
Smash that
YouTube?
like button.
Alright.
Yeah.
Smash
GG,
the like
Gucci
button.
Gamers.
Shoot the subscribe button.